season test versus Clemson. Uh, I'd just like to elaborate on that, Coach. I mean, that seems like a first 3 weeks. That's a nice little schedule. I mean, Cincinnati will be in the Big 12, which is a great baseball conference here very soon, and then we know Clemson's has a great facilities, great fan base, and it's always going to be a tough team for you to play. I mean, do you schedule like that on purpose, Coach, or how did that come about?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we absolutely do. I mean, we play in a pretty good conference, and the Sun Belt with adding Southern Miss and Old Dominion and some of the other schools are we're one of the top 5 conferences in the country, I think, and so to get ourselves prepared and ready for conference play, I think it's really important to play really good competition. And so, when we look at that stuff, that's kind of how we good. And if you look back at a couple of the past couple of years, it's what we've done, to get the experience, because of when you play in those positions. You play Cincinnati, you play Cincinnati, you play some of the SEC, ACCs that we have. I mean, that's where the regional is going to be, and so you prepare your team to play in a regional, and if you're not doing that, then I think that you're in the wrong business.
Wow, excellent, great answer. I love that answer, Coach. And with that being said, I want to talk a little bit about those regionals and transition into the next question. So last year, Coach, I mean, you had University of Texas San Antonio, you had Rutgers, maybe NC State. There was at least 8 teams that I think people were very upset didn't get into the tournament. And my thing is, college football playoff, they're expanding to 12 teams. NCAA basketball recently, I mean, probably been about a decade now, they got the first 4 in. Is it time for college baseball to have some type of expansion? Not a big one, but just some type of expansion, because I said Ball State was another one. I've seen some 30-win, 40-win teams, and because they didn't win their conferences, they didn't get in. I was like, wow, I don't know how I can say that's fair. So what is your opinion on that, Coach?
No, and Wofford's another one, obviously.
Yeah,
my opinion is kind of irrelevant because I don't get paid enough to make those decisions. And,
right.
For us to put ourselves in a position to be in that large team, is what we really play for. And, obviously, you would love to have as many teams in the postseason as possible, but I also understand why, it's at 64 is because it's the best 64 teams in the country. And, the committee has to choose 31 of them. And so, just as you look at it, you just want to put your team there, and, hopefully, in the future, there's more teams that are able to do it. But, right now we live in a landscape where there's not. And so we gotta win. And, it's unfortunate for some of those teams, but I would also make the argument that if those teams would put together consistent years, year after year after year of 35, 37, 38 win seasons, you would be a perennial regional team.
Right. And my thing too is I don't want to criticize the committee. I'm just letting anybody know I'm not criticizing all. I know they have a very hard job. I just want, maybe just the thought to be there. It doesn't have to be a bunch more teams, but just maybe some of these non-Power 5 schools that have 2 good teams in their league, let maybe 2 get in or something like that. But the committee does have, they don't have an easy job, so I want to show respect to that. It's just a thought that I've been thinking about, and just wanted to ask coaches what their opinion was.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that everybody thinks, very similarly to you, but, I also think that, you don't want to water down the product either.
Right.
And,
right. Exactly.
I think there's a delicate, happy balance, and, I think it'll work itself out here in the next few years, but, for right now, we got to go and try to beat Cincinnati on February 17th.
Right. And, well, one more question I've been asking everybody, Coach. Last year, I don't know if you caught it or not, regional game, it was Louisville, I believe, versus Michigan, and there was a controversial call at second base. Many people who watched it on TV live, reporters, non-reporters, fans, whatever, other baseball coaches, they saw a player be called out that they thought should have been called safe, and I'm not saying for regular season games, because if you're good, you're going to win 30, 40 games every year. You're going to be consistent. You're going to win. But is there some type of command center or replay, kind of like what they do with certain other sports, where they call back to maybe what the NCAA offices and say, hey, we got to look at that replay again to make sure we get that right? Because some of these kids may go to the minor leagues, some may go to the major leagues, but I'd hate to see a senior or a kid who never may play baseball again not have a chance to do that because of a call. So do you think it needs to be a very serious discussion?
I think that they have expanded replay, and so like the Sun Belt, our conference, and I can speak to our conference mostly, but
Yep.
our conference is full replays in conference games and all of that stuff. So I mean, there probably is a replay command center, but I don't think that the rule is written in the rule book so that was a reviewable play. And I think that was the problem. It's not necessarily like, do we have enough replay or do we not have enough replay? It's more how the
Right.
rules are written. So, and again, that's kind of above my pay grade. I wish I got paid that much money to do this.
Right. Right, exactly. Yeah, that's really all I got for you, Coach. Just those questions. I mean, college baseball, I think, is going in a great direction. You got ESPN Plus. You literally can watch college baseball, every weekend. And then I think it's awesome once the regionals hit, how it's just all over ESPN, ESPN2, and ESPNU. Texas State, they're in your conference, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they were a team that I think had a chance to beat Stanford last year. That's kudos to you guys. Excellent conference, and I really appreciate you taking your time out. I know once February 17th, 18th hit, it will be a very busy time for you, and I probably won't be able to catch you guys again for a while. Hopefully, I can get down there one home series and cover you guys, but I really appreciate your time, Coach. Good luck with the season, and thanks, man.
Sounds good. Well, you have a good day, man.
All right, thank you, bud.